This question, part one, we're being asked to complete the square, essentially. And so it's a completing the square one where you have something in front of the x squared as well. And the key thing, well, the first thing I would do is I would write it as 2x squared plus 12x plus 4. Get it in that form. And now I'm going to take out a factor of -2. I'm going to put a square bracket here. So I'm going to get x squared minus 6x. And don't worry about the 4, just plus the 4. To deal with this now, we complete the square on x squared minus 6x. So that's going to give me x minus 3 squared minus 3 squared. You can make it a minus 3 squared in a bracket, but that's exactly the same thing. There's no need to do that. Plus 4. And then I'm going to have minus 2. I mean, I don't necessarily need the step. I can just minus the 9. Just take a little breather a second. So how did I go from here to here? Well, I've halved this number to 6, and then that I know now I'm going to get x squared minus 6x, but I'm also going to get a plus 9 or plus 3 squared, so I still need to minus that. If we come back to the Babylonian method of doing this, which you may have seen, then you've got an x plus 6 and an x. That's what we're interested in here, and we need to sort of turn this into a square. So what we do is we basically take a bit off, and we want it to be the same width here. So how can we take that bit off and move it there? Well, what if I took away 3, and so I had 3 here, but I've sort of got rid of it. I'm still left with 3 here, and then I move it over here, and now it's 3, and it's x along. So I've still got, if I break it up, I've still got, wait, that's not quite right. I've got x squared here, then I've got 3x here, but I've moved this 3x to over here. So what am I left with? I'm left with a missing bit. I'm left with a missing 9. And that's a geometrical explanation of where that just came from. We're nearly done. We just need to then multiply it out. So it's going to be minus 2 x minus 3 squared. I'm going to be adding 18 and I'm going to be adding 4. So I'm just going to go straight to the answer now. There we go. That's the answer in completed square form. Okay, part 2. State the coordinates of the maximum. Well, this thing here, this bit in the bracket is always greater or equal to 0 because I'm squaring a number. Now, because I'm then multiplying it by a negative, then this thing is always going to be less than or equal to 0. And if I then add 22 to it, it's going to be less than or equal to 22. And that is going to be my maximum. When will that maximum occur? When this thing in the bracket is 0. So the maximum is going to be when x is 3, which makes the bracket 0. You just take the negative of whatever number's here, and it's going to be when y is 22.